HotxXMagOnlineRadio. Originated in Pittsburgh, PA.
Turn up.
We help promote music, artists, and businesses.
Yowzer. Huh? Huh? Splash, 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 splash. I mix and match my design, Splash, 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 splash. I mix and match my designer. Diamonds they glaring like water. Mix Gucci and Louis with Prada. Fendi and Balenciaga, Supreme on my belt, bitch. I'm going full throttle. I mix and match my designer. 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 Diamonds they glaring like water. Mix Gucci and Louis with Prada. Fendi and Balenciaga, Supreme on my belt, bitch. I'm going full throttle. I mix and match my designer. 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 Think I'm broke cause I don't brag much. I just be running that bag up. I'm about to make these niggas mad, bro. The shit that they kicking don't add up. No cap, nigga, I'm getting to it. Money, my lingo, I'm speaking in fluent. Valley nigga, but I'm clear in influence. So I keep my knife in case I gotta prove it. You ain't see nothing like this. I spent the buck on my wrist. Get it and go. I stand 10 toes on a bricks. Got corner +1 in the dick. Diamonds on froze. Working, I'm taking these trips. So I struck a pose for the flick. Tick to the code, that's how I go, you know. So I can design my fit. I mix and match my designer. Diamonds they glaring like water. Mix Gucci and Louis with Prada. Fendi and Balenciaga, Supreme on my belt, bitch. I'm going full throttle. I mix and match my designer. 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 Diamonds they glaring like water. Mix Gucci and Louis with Prada. Fendi and Balenciaga, Supreme on my belt, bitch. I'm going full throttle. I mix and match my designer. 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 I mix a lot like Muhammad Ali. Young nigga ballin', no quarter half beans. I feel like I just woke up out of a dream. Went to sleep by the dollar, woke up for the cream. I swear this is as real as it get. On paper, but still got my gun on my hip. Ask about me, I'm the one on that shit. Quarterback of the year, cause I got no picks. Got demons inside of me, don't got a lot of me. I keep it true like I'm in designer jeans. Andy with gas and a splash of the Hennessy. I'm in my bag, and my swag on a bean, everybody know. I put this shit on my bro. I might go back to the stove. I got a fetish for finding things, so I gotta keep up on my clothes. I mix and match my designer. Diamonds they glaring like water. Mix Gucci and Louis with Prada. Fendi and Balenciaga, Supreme on my belt, bitch. I'm going full throttle. I mix and match my designer. 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 Diamonds they glaring like water. Mix Gucci and Louis with Prada. Fendi and Balenciaga, Supreme on my belt, bitch. I'm going full throttle. I mix and match my designer. I mix and match my designer. I mix and match my designer. I mix and match my designer.
Hey, y'all know who the heck it is. Y'all better put some respect on my name. Stop playing on my name. Period. Hey, who wants smoke with me? It's the cap for me.
Who wants smoke with me? Don't show no remorse. These bitches keep on playing on my name like I ain't important. My niggas in the VIP, they light up and they pour it. Had to pop back on the scene and show these bitches how to do it. Ball on them, it's the cap for me. Who wants smoke with me? Who wants smoke? Who wants smoke? Who wants smoke with me? Hey, it's the cap for me. Who wants smoke? Who wants smoke? Who wants smoke with me? They tryna question me, but I'm sick to it. They said the ball is in my court. I guess that means that I gon' shoot it. I ain't worried about no niggas. I ain't worried about these bitches. Last bitch that tried to cross me, cut her head off, had a trophy. I ain't worried about no fame, bitch. Ain't worried about no clout. I make moves in silence, pop out with a bang, no sound. I'm on my shit, no cap. I'm big, touchdown, it's game. I play the shit, no pain. Roll that paper up, no game. No evidence, no pain. They tryna pin me down, but they can't. No ghosts on them, no power. No loose ends, it's ours. I'm begging shit, it's sour. No loose ends, it's ours. I'm begging shit, it's sour. Who wants smoke with me? Don't show no remorse. These bitches keep on playing on my name like I ain't important. My niggas in the VIP, they light up and they pour it. Had to pop back on the scene and show these bitches how to do it. Ball on them, it's the cap for me. Who wants smoke with me? Who wants smoke? Who wants smoke? Who wants smoke with me? Ay,
HotxXMagOnlineRadio. Originated in Pittsburgh, PA. Turn up. We help promote music, artists, and businesses.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tara J. with HotxXMag Online Radio. We are back again, and we got a special guest today. He goes by the name Diz The Poet, okay? I know y'all heard his music on HotxXMag Online Radio, and I know y'all been seeing him on social media, so with further ado, what's good?
How you doing, Miss Tara J?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. So, even though I told the people already, let them know who we talking to.
It's Diz The Poet, one and only.
Absolutely. And let them know what city you representing from.
Representing the Burgh, Steel City, Pittsburgh.
Okay. PGH 412 all day, every day. So let the people know what it is that you do. Like I said, you're all over social media. You're on HotxXMag Online Radio. But let the people know what's everything that you get into.
So, I basically get into a little bit of everything. I am a poet, hence the name Diz The Poet. But I also get into, I have two labels, Poetry in Motion and Alpha Ducats Entertainment, which we help artists' growth and things of that nature, help them put out their music. I also, well, that's basically it, for real.
Absolutely. You do so much. I know how it is sometimes. When you do so much, when you put on the spot and people are like, what is it that you do? You're like, well, what should I start with?
Yeah.
So I definitely feel you on that. So, you mentioned that you help music artists and you have two labels. So what made you get into the labels and everything?
So there's a lot of history behind that. When I was very young, me and my cousins, we were always into music, musically inclined. Some were into producing, making music. Some were into rapping and whatnot. We always promised ourselves when we were teenagers or whatnot that we were going to get a label one day. Mm-hmm. And when it didn't, happen, everybody went their separate ways, growing up and whatnot. And finally, we came back together and we formed a label.
That is awesome. And
there was, and that was how Alpha Ducats started. But that's how Alpha Ducats Entertainment started. Alpha Ducats Records has been around for years now, though. My cousin G Ducat, he's been going at it with that for a long time, grinding until we got together.
Absolutely. That is awesome. So, when it came to putting that together, would you say that it was hard to do or pretty easy to do?
Once we put our minds to it, it was pretty easy because we all have a work ethic that's, we all work. We all on our grind. We stay grinding. We're never not working, any of us. So it was pretty easy for us to come together once we put our minds to it.
Absolutely. And you're right about that. Y'all stay working. Because like I said, I see y'all on social media all the time promoting. You have an artist, Nugs. She's on her grind. And you've been on your grind. Y'all got a couple songs together that I play on HotxXMag Online Radio. People are definitely loving it. Now, you said one thing that I know struck a lot of people's attention. You mentioned about being a poet. So before you start making music, were you writing poetry?
Yes, I've been writing poetry all my life. Basically started when I was like 7 or 8 years old. And that's what I did. I got into this show. It was called Poetry.com back in like 2012, 2013, where we went around the city. It was a combination of poets and comedians. And we played all over the city, different spots downtown. Like we even played like at the Hard Rock Cafe and things like that.
Wow, that's big. I mean, for a lot of people that don't know Hard Rock Cafe, it was really hard to even get in there as an artist. So that's really big.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So, when it came to you making music and being that you done poetry, would you say it was a hard transition or it was pretty similar to writing a poem?
As far as the writing part, it was pretty similar. But as far as the music thing, I've always been around music, always loved music, but I didn't think that would be part of me. But what inspired me to start doing music is so when I was writing, I stopped writing and stopped performing forming in 2014, and I was like on a 7-year writer's block. And then all of a sudden, when we formed the label and got the artists and we started working in the studio, it inspired me to get back into it. And once I started writing again, it was like the floodgates open. And now I can't stop, so I just keep writing and writing and writing.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you actually shared that, because a lot of artists, even myself, I do music, and there's been a time when I had writer's block and a lot of people didn't understand. So share with the people what your definition of writer's block is, and what do you recommend they do to overcome that?
So writer's block is when, for me, was when I just lost the urge to write, or I didn't have anything to write about, wasn't inspired. I was going through some rough times, and it just took that away from me.
Absolutely.
And then I started using the rough times as ammunition for what I write and to release it. And so music became like a therapeutic for me.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of people always say, when you go through hard times, you should put it in the music. That's the best time to write. But they don't understand is most of the time, depending on what you're going through, it's really hard to, because you can't think.
Right. And I chose not to write about my hard times. I chose to write something to help me get out my hard times. I chose to write about, positive things for the most part. And even though I do different types of music, or like I'm non-genre, I'll write a song to any type of beat, but I mainly like to write like romance poetry was my thing, so it's turned into my music. And I'm a big fan of 90s R&B, so that has a lot of effect on how I write and what I put out.
Absolutely. And I agree. I was just talking to my fiance the other day, and I said nothing is the same anymore. I mean, R&B isn't even the same anymore. Not like the 90s and early 2000s. And, I must ask you, because you said you really, looked up to the 90s R&B. Who would you say your top 2 R&B artists were during that time?
Whoa. There are so many. Oh, man. I have to say R&B artist Joe at that time.
Okay.
And a lot of people won't like this, but I'm gonna say R. Kelly for real.
Yes.
Because it don't take away from the music that he put out and what he did or what he's accused of or whatnot, or in jail for. It don't take away from the music to me.
It really doesn't. And this may not be the best comparison, and like you said, people may not like this, but that's just like the same thing when we're talking about boxing and Mike Tyson. Let's be real. Yeah, he used to hit on women, which is not good at all. I don't recommend. Yeah, he used drugs, but we can't take the man's talent away. He was a hell of a fighter.
That's facts.
And, at the end of the day, I do agree with you. I feel like those two were some of the strongest R&B writers and singers, is Joe and R. Kelly. I mean, till this day, even with R. Kelly done, which, people have their sides. They feel like he did. They feel like he didn't. Regardless, they still listen to his music and will forever listen to his music. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, I like me a little bit of Genuine too, but...
Yeah.
But like you said, there's so many, but yeah, I think that's the top 2. So let's say nowadays, out of R&B, who would you recommend R&B wise nowadays?
I still would go to more like the older school, but I'd say Chris Brown. Nowadays, Chris Brown. But I still would go back to like Usher or somebody like that. That's still doing it.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not a great fan of I like the music nowadays, but it doesn't compare to me.
Very true. And Chris Brown is definitely doing his thing. He the next up. That's for real. Mm-hmm. And even I could say MJ. People label him the king of pop, but he has some good jams regardless. All different type of genres.
Yes.
So I gotta, give it to MJ, rest with God, RJ. Shout out to Chris Brown doing his thing. But word on the block is you the next up in Pittsburgh. So, For real, like a lot of people are feeling your songs, and when you start coming out with music again, a lot of people are shocked. They're like, wait, he do music? I'm like, yeah, y'all better check it out. So, you know, a lot of people have been wondering, what do you have coming up for the rest of this year or for the start of 2023?
So they call me Mr. Never Not Working. I stay in the studio all the time. Mm-hmm. I actually have an album coming out in November, and I have a couple of singles that may come out prior to that.
Okay.
The album was going to be called Volume 2 Expressions. It's more so catering to conversations for a lady.
Oh, okay. So are we expecting for that track list to be basically a lead up to what you're trying to say by the end, right?
Yeah, and I believe you have a couple of songs that's going to be off that album.
Ooh, okay. I'm super excited to hear it because, like I said, the songs you already sent and that we have and have been spitting on HotxxMagOnlineRadio is super dope. You know, for those of you who are listening, we will have some singles y'all can hear as well on this show, so make sure that y'all stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Now, you know, for most people, they say with Pittsburgh that it's hard to run a label or it's hard to do anything for the artists here. What is your intake on Pittsburgh and the artists in the city?
It is hard. I agree with that, but I agree. But I also think it's on the artists as well. It depends on their work ethic and whatnot. If someone's willing to work and do what they need to do to help promote themselves, then I think there's no limits to what they can do.
Absolutely. Now, you know, with you helping and also running a label and being an artist yourself, has there been a time when you work with a music artist and they were either all over the place or not really have found who they were as an artist, and while working with you, they developed that?
Yes. They kind of know where they want to go and where they want to be, but they just need a little guidance to help them along, and the growth is phenomenal for the artists that I've worked with.
Absolutely. Now, this next question is going to be very hard because, you know, a lot of people who own labels have artists with different type of styles and different, just all over, different everything. But I have to ask, with you having your own label, who would you say the strongest artist and the most popping artist on the roster would be?
Well, I have two separate rosters, and on Poetry in Motion, I only have one signed artist, and that would be Nogs. Okay, now, the other label, Alfred Douglas, I cannot say they are all, like, front runners, very strong.
Absolutely.
I mean, they are very good at what they do. I can't pick one.
I love that answer because, honestly, if somebody asked me that, I would say the same thing about that. They're all hard. They're all different styles. They all come together and sound great. Separately, they sound great. I don't feel like one is better than the other. I feel like when you book one of them, you're getting your money's worth. I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the other part, yes, Nugs, she's popping. Like, I mean, from the look, she's gorgeous. She's super cool. She has a cool personality, and her music is super dope. Like, I feel like she's gonna make it very far.
Yes, she does have promise.
Absolutely. Now, how did that even come about? Like, you meeting Nugs and working with Nugs, how did that work out?
So, this was one of my first, like, real R&B type songs I was working on. And my niece told me she had knew an artist. Well, she was actually managing an artist at the time. And wanted to introduce her to me and brought her to the studio. And from then on, it was history.
Yes. Now, what was your first impression when you first heard Nugs?
Wow. Basically. The first song that we did, we have a video out for. It's called Socialize. But that's it. Once we did that, I knew it was it.
Absolutely. I mean, and I seen it. It's definitely dope, y'all. Y'all need to go check it out. Now, for people who didn't see that, where could they check out y'all music video?
On YouTube, but we are on all platforms, all major platforms. They can check out our music.
Absolutely. Now, you know, it's still 2022. There's a lot of things going on. Big shows popping. Do you guys have any shows upcoming?
Not right now. I don't think we're going to have anything popping before the year's out, but next year we're going to have big things.
Absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all just pre-gaming ready for the big game. That is awesome. So, you mentioned you have a project coming out. How about Nugs? Does she have a project coming out as well?
She has a project coming out in December.
Okay.
So, we got 2 albums in the making for Poetry in Motion for the last quarter.
Dang, y'all are busy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So I must ask, do you guys record at your own studio or do you guys go somewhere else to record?
The answer to that question is yes. We record in our own and we use different studios without the city, depending on the sound that we want.
Nice. And I like that answer, depending on the sound you want. And I wish a lot more artists kind of understood that, because it's not about who's better in the city. It's about who can do the sound that you're looking for properly. And sometimes they can't, and that's okay. That's why I recommend to all artists that you learn how to do it yourself as well, because sometimes why not be able to just go from eating dinner, go upstairs and record, or go downstairs and record? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. But there are times when, a lot of artists prefer somebody else to record for them. But I must say, and I want your opinion on this, what would your opinion be for artists or recommendations for artists when it comes to finding a studio to record at?
I would think that I would recommend they shop around a little bit, listen to the different producers or recordings or people who've been to those studios to see the sound or how they make the artist sound or whatnot. Just shop around a little bit. And it doesn't hurt to go to different studios or whatnot, because somebody might make you have a sound for you that you never even heard yourself,
Very true. Very true. Now, for new artists who are just up and coming and trying to get their feet wet, do you have any studio recommendations for them?
Yes, I do. I would recommend, shout out to Roscoe and the Rap Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my man's there. Yeah, he'll definitely do them right.
Heck yeah. Roscoe's dope. Shout out to Roscoe. How about anybody else?
Yeah, there's 310 Studios out in Monroeville.
Okay.
I mess with them. Also, there's that's I'm gonna leave it at that for right now.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And there's a lot, there's a lot of people that have their own studios and do engineering and producing. So it's really hard, but having at least 2 is good, for the artists that are up and coming. So, what else is popping for the rest of 2022? So you got your project, you got Noog's project coming up. You're working on some singles in a project, but what else can we expect from you guys in 2022?
In 2022, Noogs has a video coming out. We're going to be shooting it next week sometime for her song Monster.
Oh, that sounds crazy. Now, we all know it's like Halloween season, everything's scary. Is it related to that? Like, is that what Monster is about?
I'll tell you a little bit. I won't tell you too much, but it's like, yes, it's going to be themed, I'll say, towards a monster's ball.
Nice. That's going to be crazy, because I know her personality. That's finna go crazy. I'm super excited. So do you guys have like a release date for it yet?
We were trying for Halloween, actually.
Ooh.
But I'm not sure. It's going to be tight. It may not make that date, but it's going to be right around there.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, it gives people gives people something to look forward to. So that's super dope. Now I must ask you, because everybody knows I'm a Scorpio, so Scorpio season starts this month, even though I'm next month. But I love Halloween. I love scary things. All I watch every day, all day is horror movies. Are you a horror movie fan?
I am. One of my favorite writers is Stephen King.
Ooh.
Also, like M. Night Shyamalan, Dean Koontz. I'm a big horror fan.
Yeah, me too. And you said my number 1, Stephen King. And I would have to say my number 2 is going to have to go to Wes Craven.
Yes.
That is awesome. Now, for those of you who do know, and those for you who don't know, HotxXMag Films Media has a short horror film coming out called Escaped, which will come out October 30th. It may be a webisode. You don't know. You got to stay tuned to follow us. But I must ask you, Diz the Poet, did you check out the trailer?
I did. And dope. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you checked it out. I'm super excited from filming it. Hopefully we can get you and Nugs in the next movie.
Oh, no doubt. Shoot, I've been in a couple movies before.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Where could people check them out at?
Well, it wasn't major parts or nothing like that, but I was in the movie Foxcatcher with Channing Tatum and Steve Carell.
Mm-hmm.
I've been casted as extras for like concussion and things like that. Like I just do extra stuff, but I love to do a part. I actually auditioned for a part for an up-and-coming movie in Pittsburgh that may be coming out soon.
Ooh, that's super big. Congratulations to you. I mean, you got a lot of things going on.
Like I said, I never not working.
Absolutely.
If I work so hard for corporate America, I'm going to definitely work the same amount of energy for myself. So I keep pushing myself and give it all, stay on the grind.
Absolutely, you got to. And honestly, hard work pays off. I know it's paying off for you guys, but I must ask, before we get into where people can follow you on social media, you have your own label. So if people wanted to join your label, what are you looking for in an artist and how can they go about contacting you?
They can hit me up on IG, Diz_The Poet, or any of my social media. Just hit me up. As far as they just have to bring it when they want to come work.
Absolutely.
And I don't make people sign contracts or anything as far as on the poetry and motion side.
Mm-hmm.
If an artist just doesn't want to sign a contract or any of that type stuff, I will barter with them. Like if they want a song out, they would have to do a feature or something on somebody's work or something like that. We can help them that way as well.
Absolutely, and I like that because nowadays a lot of artists are very skeptical with signing stuff. A lot of artists are scared of 360s and what's official and what's not. So I think it's really dope that you're not turning them down just because they won't, basically sign their life away. You're like, hey, let's work.
Exactly.
That is super awesome. Listen, you guys, I'm telling y'all, he's super dope. Everything he got going on is super dope. And when I mean he supports with everything going on since day one. He has supported HotxXMagOnlineRadio, and I really, really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, it means a lot. So I'm a forever support what you got going on. And for everybody else tuning in, where could they follow you on social media so we can get this support train going?
So on Facebook, I got the group Diz The Poet. Again, the IG is Diz_The Poet. Also on Twitter, Diz The Poet 412.
Nice. You guys, listen, make sure y'all...
YouTube also. I can't forget YouTube. And I'm on Spotify, Amazon, all major platforms, Tidal, all that.
Period. In other words, y'all better go Google him, follow him, check out the music, make sure y'all stream it and share it. Because listen, you guys, we got to get better at clicking that share button. It costs 0.00, okay? Make sure y'all click that share button for everybody. Let's go ahead and support each other. And I really appreciate you coming live on HotxXMagOnlineRadio.
No doubt. Appreciate you too for inviting me.
Absolutely, anytime. Listen, you guys, shout out to Diz The Poet, shout out to his label, shout out to Nugs as well. Stay tuned, we got some music coming up from Diz The Poet. Let's go.
HotxXMagOnlineRadio. Originated in Pittsburgh, PA. Turn up. We help promote music, artists, and businesses.
T-Rap.
Roll off your tongue, yes baby I'm the one. You invited me to come, now your life shining like the sun. My true love, women always give me hugs. It's the backs they let me rub once they step out the hot tub. Take my hand, I got a plan, I bet you it's the grandest. Take this trip with me to beaches, promise they're the sandiest. Bikinis, martinis, drinks in Tahiti. Don't tease me, just please me like my eggs over easy. For breakfast I laced her with a seashell necklace. She wanted me to make her my girl, it's what my guess is. You know I got the touch to make women melt. Once I put this loving on her, she'll never forget how it felt. I usually don't brag, but your feelings I take care. Never met a man so smooth, handsome to Louis and Jordans. So much love to endure, I keep you wanting more. Manliest of men, pull out chairs, open doors, always good intentions. Ladies tag me in their mentions, shower compliments before I finish her sentence. Give her that good feeling like an early Sunday morning, like when I take charge, buy the wine and do the porn. Your girl having doubts, better not slip up. Give her some of this attention, I'm the one she trusts. I like them thin, like them thick, as long as she's fine. I don't play about mine, not into wasting my time. Nothing like a woman that smells so nice. I see you with your girls, piss a bottle on night. That's how I get down on the daily, that's right. Have ladies missed the love lately, how about tonight?
Smell so nice, bottle on nice. Can't wait till you get home, got the salmon on rice. Book a flight, blue I might. You clean up nice, Ciroc on nice. Love so strong, it's beyond life. Love so strong, it's beyond life.
With grown folks do. Keep it 100, all facts, all true. Just let me know what you wanna do. Balls in your court, it's up to you. I'm feeling the vibe between us two. From the look in your eye, you feel it too. From the look in your eye, you feel it too.
From the look in your eye, the way that you walk, your style, your smile, the way that you talk, I can feel the vibe between us two. From the look in your eye, you feel it too. From the look in your eye, the way that you walk, your style, your smile, the way that you talk, I can feel the vibe between us two. From the look in your eye, you feel it too.
I'm feeling your vibe, let's hop in my ride. Roll up an L, then we gon' slide. Don't make no plans, we out for the night. I'm trying to have fun, let's enjoy life. I like the gamble, we roll like dice. I seen you shorty, I didn't think twice. Ran down on you like we about to fight. I might be aggressive, but I know what you like. You got this glow, you shining so bright. My life is so dark, can you be my light? Let me eat that box, promise I won't bite. From the look in your eyes, you loving your sight. No need for disguise if the moment feel right. When we locked eyes, knew you was my type. So now me and you, we off on the flight. I'm feeling your spark, we about to ignite.
Look in your eye, the way that you walk, your style, your smile, the way that you talk, I can feel the vibe between us two. From the look in your eye, you feel it too. From the look in your eye, the way that you walk, your style, your smile, the way that you talk, I can feel the vibe between us two. From the look in your eye, you feel it too.
Everything to me, my one true desire, yeah. Let me take you to a plane where we can elevate higher, yeah. I call your highness, my queen to be, and you can call me sire, yeah. I'm talking that bomb shit, ready to blow. Come on and light this fire, yeah. Take me higher, yeah. Take me higher, yeah. Yeah. Take me higher, yeah. Take me higher, yeah. Body of a God is Amazonian stature. Darling, a dream can't get at ya. Melt any heart you touch, I'll fax ya. Anything for you, got my back here. Business minded, counting stacks ya. Inspiration, aspiration, dedication, education. Always striving to the max. My one true desire, let me take you higher. Put you on that pedestal, set your heart on fire. Trying to make you mine, yeah. Girl, you know you fine, yeah. Any day you wanna play, just let me know, I'll make time, yeah. I'ma make your earthquake, I'ma make your body shake. I'm an agile big boy, you know I need lots of space. We can be the perfect match, you can be my perfect catch. When it comes to pleasing you, I do the do, you don't have to ask. My Afro queen, everything to me. My one true desire, yeah, yeah. Let me take you to a plane where we can elevate higher, yeah, yeah. I call your highness, my queen to be. And you can call me sire, yeah, yeah. I'm talking that bomb shit, ready to blow. Come on and light this fire, yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Take me higher, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. My queen to be, yeah. My queen to be, yeah. Just believe in me, you my queen to be, yeah. Now tell me what you see in me, yeah. Just believe in me, yeah. You my queen to be, now what you see in me, yeah. Let's ride together, slide together. Get high together, let's fly together. Get lit together, we the shit together. Pull up, roll up, pour up, we gon' make this thing last forever. Let's ride together, slide together. Get high together, let's fly together. Get lit together, we the shit together. Pull up, roll up, pour up, we gon' make this thing last forever. Didn't like the old me, she couldn't control me. Let her tell it she own me. She know she my homie. She real ain't no phony. Don't talk, she just showed me. I never feel lonely. She said when she hold me, she loving all on me. Like them she said for me. Do anything for me. Yeah, she adore me. The only one for me. That's what she told me. She felt it in her soul. That's why she chose me. Pull up, baby. Can't wait to see you. Queen of my castle. How I treat you. Don't worry about haters. Trying to be you. Eyes on the prize. They can't see you. Me and you, babe. Yeah, we blessed. What we have together. Never no stress. Living our life at its best. Mind North Star outshines the rest. Let's ride together. Slide together. Get high together. Let's fly together. Get lit together, we the shit together. Pull up, roll up, pour up, we gon' make this thing last forever. Let's ride together, slide together. Get high together, let's fly together. Get lit together, we the shit together. Pull up, roll up, pour up, we gon' make this thing last forever. I told you lately, you drive me crazy. Anything for my lady, you stay on my mind. I made plans for the night. Dinner and dancing, that's alright. At the spot that you like,
Reservations hard to find. Attitude so sassy. Your swag so classy. Couldn't let you pass me. A fine bottle of wine. Can't wait till I get you home. Girl, we need some time alone. No disturbances, shut off your phone. This our time.
Pull up, baby, can't wait to see you. Queen of my castle is how I treat you. Don't worry about haters, trying to be you. Eyes on the prize, they can't see you. Me and you, babe, yeah, we blessed. What we have together, never no stress. Living our life at its best. My North Star outshines the rest.
Let's ride together, slide together. Get high together, let's fly together. Get lit together, we the shit together. Pull up, roll up, pour up. We gon' make this thing last forever. Let's ride together, slide together. Get high together, let's fly together. Get lit together, we the shit together. Pull up, roll up, pour up. We gon' make this thing last forever.
HotxxMagOnlineRadio. Originated in Pittsburgh, PA. Turn up. We help promote music, artists, and businesses.